One might say that C.B. McGrath was born to be an athlete. The son of a college basketball player and the grandson of a well-known coach, sports were definitely in C.B.'s blood. Growing up in Topeka offered him many opportunities to get involved in numerous sports activities. Ever since he was young, he seemed to always be competing, and C.B. was a quick learner. By the time he got to high school at Topeka West, he had honed his skills in numerous sports, but golf, cross-country, and basketball were his favorites. He earned 13 varsity letters in basketball, track, cross-country, and golf. C.B. placed in the top 10 in the state in cross-country and golf, but it was basketball where he excelled. In fact, in 1994, he was selected the Kansas Basketball Player of the Year by the Kansas Basketball Coaches Association, the Kansas Gatorade Player of the Year, Associated Press Kansas Player of the Year, First Team All-State, as well as Academic All-State. Scholarship offers were pouring in from numerous colleges, but C.B. had always been a KU fan growing up and dreamed of playing in Allen Fieldhouse. When Roy Williams offered him the chance to be a Jayhawk, he leaped at the opportunity. As a top reserve behind All-American guards Jacques Vaughn and Ryan Robertson, C.B. and the Jayhawks won 4 Big 8 or Big 12 regular season championships, went 123-17, and were ranked in the top 5 nationally each year. He was a 2-time academic All-Big 12 selection and served as team captain his senior year. In spite of graduating with a degree in human biology and a master's degree in education, C.B. passed up a possible career in medicine when Coach Williams offered him a position on the Jayhawk coaching staff. When Williams made the difficult decision to return to North Carolina, C.B. knew that basketball was the career that he wanted to continue, even if it meant leaving the University of Kansas. That opportunity has allowed him to coach at 2 of the most storied basketball programs in America. At North Carolina, C.B. has helped coach the JV teams, run Coach Williams' basketball camps, helped in recruiting, and has been a part of conference championships and the national championship. C.B.'s busy schedule doesn't stop him from helping organizations in the Chapel Hill area, including the Interfaith Council for Social Service and Special Olympics of North Carolina. According to Chris Moran, Executive Director of the Interfaith Council, C.B. has been a great friend to the Interfaith Council and those who reside at the community house. His leadership and concern for those who are hungry and homeless has resulted in food donations, needed funds, and visitations by the players and coaches to our facility. And Keith Fishburne, President and CEO of Special Olympics of North Carolina, said, C.B. McGrath has been an integral part of the outstanding relationship between the men's basketball team at UNC and Special Olympics of North Carolina. His leadership has resulted in funding for Special Olympics and an annual winter clinic for the 100 Special Olympics athletes in the Dean Smith Center. CB makes sure the clinic meets all the needs of the athletes so the experience is rewarding for each one. Just as important is the fun and relaxing atmosphere that permeates the clinic because of CB's leadership.
Hello, I'm Roy Williams, the head basketball coach at the University of North Carolina, and was head basketball coach for 15 fantastic years, for me at least, at the University of Kansas, and had some great youngsters during those 15 years, and it was a tremendous time period in my life. But giving this video to honor C.B. McGrath as the Topeka Active 20 to 30 Club's 2010 Kansas Community Service Award recipient. I usually try to remember things, but I wanted to make sure that I didn't mess that up. But C.B. McGrath, one of my favorite people in the entire world. And maybe that shows that I'm a little wacko, because he's one of the most wacko people I've ever known in my life. Needless to say, we go back a long way, and brought C.B. and his family over to talk to them about C.B. coming to the University of Kansas as a walk-on basketball player, and I was so impressed with him that summer with what he did, coming over and working out with the guys, that I ended up putting him on scholarship, and ended up being on scholarship for all 4 years, and never lost a home game in 4 years, and we had a great run during that time period. If you hear some banging going on, we're doing some construction right outside the office here that will be good for us when it's finished. I hope it doesn't curtail the quality of this video, so just see if you can ignore it. But C.B. McGrath, again, just an outstanding Kansan, an outstanding youngster from Topeka, an outstanding young man who means a great deal to me in my personal life and our professional life. Wonderful assistant coach right now, is going to be a great head coach. The only thing we have to do is make sure that we don't tell everybody that interviews C.B. about all the C.B. stories. When he does get a job, he'll need to win very quickly, because he's so wacko that people will think that they got to get rid of him until they get a chance to know him, and then it'll be okay. But a young man who always represented the University of Kansas well, who represents Topeka and the state of Kansas very well, and again, one of my favorite people. The tough thing with CB is that most people on our staff, particularly Coach Steve Robinson, would like to murder him about every other day, but that's CB, and the ones of you that know him know that that's legitimate. But I'd love to be there at this gala, except for one thing that said black tie affair, and I don't know if I could handle seeing CB in a black tie and him seeing me in a black tie affair. But have a wonderful time, and just know how appreciative I am that you're honoring CB, because he's been so important to me, and the success that I've been able to have as a head basketball coach is greatly directed towards our players that I've had. I've been so lucky there, but also the assistant coaches, and CB's been in both of those. So CB, I hope you and your family enjoy this night. I hope the people that do leave videos don't tell all the stories that they could tell about you. It would embarrass a lot of people, I'm sure. But fun-loving guy, and a guy that I really love. Congratulations, son.
The Topeka Active 2030 Club is proud to present the 2010 Kansas Community Service Award to CB McGrath, an outstanding athlete, a dedicated coach, and a committed servant to those less fortunate.